Google just pulled ahead in the AI race. Gemini 2.5 is now the top AI model by a wide margin. It's faster, smarter, and more capable on nearly every benchmark. Let's take a look. Alright, let's dive into the specifics. Google built Gemini 2.5 with a strong focus on reasoning, coding, and vision. And when we look at how it performs across the major industry benchmarks, the numbers really speak for themselves. On GPQA, which measures general problem-solving and reasoning ability, Gemini 2.5 achieves an impressive 84%. Moving to advanced mathematics, on the AME Math benchmark, it scores 86.7%, showcasing its complex reasoning skills. For broader academic knowledge spanning multiple subjects, look at AME 2024. Gemini hits 92%. When it comes to coding in real time, the Live Code Bench V5 shows a score of 75%. Its visual understanding is tested on MMLU Vision, where it demonstrates strong image-based reasoning with 81.7%. And finally, handling long, complex information. On the MRCR benchmark for long context comprehension, it reaches 91%. It handles multimodal input better than any current model. Gemini processes text, code, and images with high accuracy. Now, here's something important to understand about the current AI landscape. Many top models are starting to hit the ceiling on standard benchmarks, a phenomenon known as benchmark saturation. When multiple models score over 90% on the same tests, it gets really tricky to spot the real differences in capability. It's easy to answer, what year did World War I start? But what about real reasoning? Like analyzing a historical letter to understand underlying tensions. This is where Gemini 2.5 truly distinguishes itself. Google tested it on much tougher benchmarks specifically designed to push reasoning abilities. Take the humanities last exam, a deliberately challenging test with 3,000 expert-level questions across various fields like math, science, and history, demanding genuine reasoning, not just information lookup. On this incredibly difficult test, Gemini scored 18.8%, putting it significantly ahead of competitors like Claude 3.7 and GPT-4. Let's look closer at specific areas on these advanced tests. On the Science GPQA Diamond benchmark, Gemini 2.5 Pro Exp achieved 84%. Its closest competitor on standard runs, OpenAI's O3 Mini, lags behind. Although it's worth noting newer models like Claude 3.7 Sonnet and Grok 3 Beta might reach similar scores using extended thinking modes. In math, specifically AME Math, Gemini 2.5 Pro Exp scored 86.7%, slightly edging out OpenAI's O3 Mini at 86.5%. Now, you might see claims from Grok 3 Beta hitting 93.3%. But honestly, given the track record of Elon Musk's exaggerated claims, think self-driving cars in 2017, I tend to view those numbers with caution. So, for practical comparisons and lack of integrity, we'll mostly focus on the others. This test is designed to be extremely difficult. However, Gemini still performed best. On LLM Arena, Gemini 2.5 Pro ranked number 1, with a 40+ point increase in its score, the largest jump ever recorded by any model. Its final Arena score reached 1,443. Vision capabilities. Gemini 2.5 can analyze videos, interpret and edit images, and carry out detailed visual reasoning with high accuracy. Coding. Gemini 2.5 improved its web development performance significantly, moving from 8th to 2nd place, only second to the prompt coding king Claude 3.7, which is very impressive. It can handle complex coding prompts and clearly explains its reasoning process step by step. Gemini 2.5 Pro delivers number 1 across many categories, standing alone as the undisputed king. On the simple reasoning benchmark, where the human baseline is 83.7%, the best performing model, Claude 3.7. Sonnet scores only 46.4%, These models often get tricked by deceptively simple logic questions. For example, Beth places 4 ice cubes in a frying pan in the first minute, 5 in the second, and more in the third. If the average is 5 cubes per minute over 4 minutes, how many ice cubes are in the pan by the end of minute 3? Many models miscalculate, revealing gaps in basic reasoning. Even though this is a simple question, the AI can make it more complicated. Now, let's look at some concrete examples of Gemini 2.5's coding prowess, based on demos released by Google. These really showcase its ability to translate complex requests into functional code, often from just a single prompt. For instance, it was asked to create a real-time HTML simulation of a nebula in space. With that single input, Gemini generated the complete code. Running it in a browser instantly displayed a dynamic, colorful nebula effect, showing impressive interpretation of a creative idea. Similarly, a prompt for a P5.js Mandelbrot explorer resulted in the full code for this complex fractal visualization, ready to run and explore interactively, all in one go. It also demonstrated building dynamic visuals and animated charts using libraries like Plotly and P5.js. Think of visualizing data changes over time for quick insights, or creating complex simulations like that swarm of colorful boids swimming inside a rotating hexagon demo. Personally, I like the supernova nebulae visuals too. Beyond specific libraries, it showed it can produce real-time visualizations directly from raw data prompts, essentially turning numbers into interactive charts with minimal effort. What Google emphasizes here is the process. Gemini appears to think or plan first, then executes the code generation with transparency, so bringing it all together. Is Gemini 2.5 currently the top AI model? The evidence strongly points to yes. It leads across critical benchmarks for vision, reasoning, and code. Crucially, this performance suggests tangible real-world impact and capability. This advancement undoubtedly changes the competitive landscape in AI. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you had a chance to try out Gemini 2.5? What are your initial thoughts or experiences? Drop them in the comments below. And if you found this overview valuable, please show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing for more AI updates.